Greetings, greetings, sports to the bone people. Back at it again with another live show. Yes, man. Thank you all for tuning in. It's indeed a pleasure to be able to come on and do another live show as we prepare for the first T20 between West Indies and South Africa. Now, there are quite a few things that we need to take a look at in this show. So as soon as you're on and you have any burning issue as it relates to what to expect tomorrow, you can go ahead and state, or you can go ahead and say it, and we will definitely take a look at it. We're going to be zooming in on the squad once again. I gave my playing 11 this morning. I'm going to be reading out some playing 11s. So if you want me to take a look at yours, you can go ahead and post it. And, quite a few things to look at. I know some people will still have a couple of things to say about the last test there. The test series against, that just finished against South Africa. So I am definitely facilitating that conversation just the same. Got all the things to talk about, man. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you guys had a beautiful day. You can just share up the live, like up the live as soon as you're on. Not a lot of people know that we're actually going live because I realized that I got some time and decided to just jump on. We will definitely take a look at the squad and a couple of other things. So all right. Just to remind everyone of the squad that we are working with. So we are set to play 3 T20s against South Africa. First one starts tomorrow at 3. So the squad, just to remind you, Ravman Powell captain, Raston Chase the vice captain, Alec Arthanes, Johnson Charles, Matthew Ford, Shimran Hetzmeyer, Fabian Allen, Shea Hope, Akil Hussein, Shamar Joseph, Obed McCoy, Gudikish Moti, Nicholas Puran, Sheffield Rutherford, and Romario Shepherd. So those are the players that made it into the squad. I said this on the last live show. I have no problem with this squad. I have absolutely no problem at all with this squad. The only thing I was wondering about, was about Brandon King. But I am a CW. I didn't say anything. So I am assuming that it's the same injury that he had during the World Cup that is really keeping him away from the squad right now. He's our highest ranked T20 international batsman. I think he's ranked at number 9. The next two highest rankers, Johnson Charles and Nicholas Puran, they are both in the squad. So, let us see how we will do. So, man. Gonna see if I can go into some comments now. Series sweep for who? West Indies. We have the confidence and experience to do it again. All right, I hear you. So you are saying that we're gonna sweep this series. I mean, I think that we have a good enough squad to overpower South Africa. It's just that we still have that bitter taste in our mouth from what happened against them in the World Cup. Good night, Sports to the Bone. I like the squad they pick. I think they can do well. Yes, Clint. I also agree. I think this is probably the best available squad. I think this is the best available squad. You understand? As I said, I'm not sure what's going on with Brandon King. Quite a few people have been asking about Evan Lewis. I'm not sure if people not following cricket or it's a case of whenever the squad comes out, they just listen to hear if certain names, if they don't hear certain names, then it's a problem. I have always said on this program that I'm a very big fan of Evan Lewis, but I'm also a reasonable and a logical thinking person, right? Evan Lewis hasn't done anything in the last 2 years, CPL, Super 50, or at the international level. You understand? As much as we're still in search of openers, he hasn't covered himself in any glory recently. Prior to the World Cup, he was called up to West Indies camp for whatever reason. He said that he said that he was unavailable. And I'm not sure what's going on with that. The good thing about it is, he's going to be playing in the CPL. I think he's down to play for the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. So that will be the perfect opportunity for him to show that he still has it. The regular viewers will know that I am a huge fan of Lewis. But just as though I can say, right, well, that man don't deserve to be in the team, I can say the same thing about a man that, I like as a player. Just one thing, what on God's green earth is Johnson Charles doing there? Don't we learn anything? I was thinking that after the World Cup, we were going to move on. But I guess with Brandon King not being available, and for whatever reason they decided not to go with Kyle Mears. They had to just go for the next best inform. Well, I don't even want to say inform, but he has been in the squad and things. So I guess that was the next best thing to try and see if they can get Johnson Charles in to open with probably Shea Hope. This series could even be a series where we experiment. That is something that we have discussed on here before. Experimenting, trying somebody new at the top. Sometimes we would like to see the players, try it at the franchise level or the local level before they go on the international scene. But let us see if Samuel and his guys will do anything. My opinion, I think this West Indies Cricket Board done with Evan Lewis. If he do well in CPL this year, maybe he may get a call back. And that's the thing. I don't know if they are done with him, because he was invited to the camp prior to the World Cup. He just didn't go. And we know that, I am a person like this. I like to call fear. A couple of years ago, I think this was even before I started this platform. Started this platform in probably 2020. And it could have been 2017, 2018, maybe 2018. Evan Lewis scored a whole lot of runs. He was our highest run scorer, right? And then for some reason, they dropped him and said that, boy, this man not fit. And, he has been playing unfit. And, even though he was unfit according to them, he was still easily the highest run scorer for us. He was consistently scoring runs then. And I'm not sure what issue they had with him. You understand? Certain rumors that we hear about players, I don't like to come on here and say it because, you don't want to contribute to anything. So I'm not too sure why they they are they distance themselves from him back then. But I think it was 2018. He scored a whole lot of runs, and they were saying that this man is not fit. And even though he was unfit, he was outscoring all of them. You understand? So whatever the problem was, that probably, he's probably still thinking of that. But he came back in the team after that, got runs and things like that. He even went to the IPL afterwards, I think. But it's just a sad situation because after Chris Gayle, Lewis is my opener. Lewis is the man that easy for a man average 30, 31 in T20 cricket opening in a bridging. You understand? And Lewis, Lewis is good. What's the deal with Kemo Paul? He should be a regular by now. I can't give any information because I don't know. You understand? All I can say is I'm gonna sit around and wait on the CPL to see if he will turn out and to see how it goes for him. We know that he always has injury problems, but I can't outrightly say that injuries is affecting him now because I don't know that for sure. But Kemo Paul, whenever he's fit and firing, we know that he would go up against guys like Romario Shepherd and a couple of other all-rounders to get in the team. You understand? Fitness is his problem, Fitness is his problem. He's a good leader. His pace was even up the last time I saw him, and we know he will settle down and back, but it's just a case of him not being able to stay fit the last I know, right? If anything, Evan done with West Indies, but let's see. Probably that's the case, yes, probably. I agree with you, brother. After Gayle, Lewis is our most decorated T20 opener. It's a shame he's not up front. If I had firing up front, we could easily make twos. Virgin, I can tell you this. If Evan Lewis is fit and firing, We're not even talking. I'm not even comparing him to regional players. I'm talking about on a worldwide level. You understand? He's that good, when he's in form. But as I always say, because I like a man because he's as a player, it doesn't mean that I won't say the truth. You understand? That's the problem with him. I don't know I don't know, but I just one of them things. We have to work with what we have. Now from a playing 11, I'm not sure how many people saw it this morning. I'm going to open with Johnson Charles and Shea Hope. Those are the two openers in the team. Number 3, we're going to go Raston Chase. He gets in, batting there, stabilizing, and he will give us some overs. Number 4, we go Nicholas Pooran. Nicholas Pooran, my people. Sometimes he comes in at 3, sometimes 4. He's obviously our best T20 player right now. So we want him facing most of the overs. So we're hoping it's not a case where these guys they are down there soaking up balls, and I mean we have a long batting thing, so they're probably not going to do that. But Pooran would come at 4. At 5 we go Ravman Paul, the captain. 6 we go Rutherford. Right. 7 I have Romario Shepherd. 8 I was contemplating between Ford and Moti. I don't know, but Carl said 8 I have Akil Hussein. And then I was contemplating between Moti and Ford. It depends on the pitch. You understand? But say we got the 2 spinners. We have Moti 9, and then 10. You have probably Obed and Shamar, right? Or you can be Shamar Obed, but that would be my playing 11. So that would leave Fabian Allen, Shemran Hitmaya, and I think Alec Artanez. Yeah, and probably Ford. I would leave those guys on the bench, but that is just my team. I can let me know what you think. You can post your playing 11. I remember that 176 he scored. It's to say it's a shame he not on the field. Yeah, man. Some man hungrier than some, Some players hungrier than some. Some players can, you know, hold it for longer in terms of staying disciplined to be able to play the sport at a level. You understand? The last person, I know I have a lot of people on here that watch football. Even if I can use an example, Eden Hazard, who was be tearing it up in the English Premier League for years. You understand? He recently said that, listen, he's not paying attention to people that are saying that when he went to Real Madrid, he wasn't watching his weight, he wasn't watching his diet. Man said that he already knew from an early age that he was not going to be living this way until he was 40, in the sense of having a strict diet, you understand, not wanting to eat certain things. So some people, they are able to push themselves longer. Look at Ronaldo, you understand? It's the same thing in cricket. You never know what a man, you never know what will make a man comfortable, So we don't know the situation with him, but as I said, it's another talented player that we would love to have had. As we talk about talented opener, it's the same thing with his countryman, Adrian Barath. You understand? I was really looking forward to seeing that man in the future when he started. But, he actually put the game down. I think, he took up, I think he's a pastor or a Jehovah Witness or something. But, it just goes to show that a lot of talented players will come up, but not all of them will be able to stay the course, All right, let's get into some more comments. I feel they might open with Hope and Arthanes. That might be a surprise pair. And, I mean, nothing would be wrong with it. It's just that I am thinking that once they have Johnson Charles in the squad, they're probably going to play him. But I can see Arthanes being our opener in the near future. You understand? So it might be a case where they experiment with him here. I think he's going to be playing for Barbados Royals in the CPL. I don't remember if he got transferred. But, it would be nice to see him getting an opportunity to bat up the order. Because going forward, I think he's somebody that can do a job for us. Another name that we saw getting thrown around was Sheffield Rutherford. A lot of people saying that Rutherford, he has the technique, he has the temperament, You understand? And he has the ability to clear the boundary. So he could be somebody that they invest in, give him an opportunity to open. But let us see. Let us see how it goes. You know, I've always said because you start your career doing one thing doesn't mean it can't change up. You know, look at Steve Smith, probably the best test player we have had in the last decade or so. You understand? I know Kane Williams and Virat Kohli and a couple others will probably have something to say about that. But Steve Smith was the best batting at number 4. Even Joe Root would have something to say about that. And you know, Australia recently started to experiment with him opening. You understand? So if they are willing to do that with him, you know, our guys might look and say, let us try something. I would not exclude Charles. Play him so if he feels he gets dropped after this season. I think he's saying he means after this series. Yeah, I think once Charles is in the squad, they're going to play. I think they're going to play Charles once he's in the squad. But yeah, that is pretty much how it's looking there. That's an interesting one. Rutherford, if he opens, then he can slot Hetmyer back in the 11. Yeah, so that's the thing. If Rutherford steps up and open, then you know that's a way to get Hetmyer back in. But I don't even want to give him a free pass. You understand? I want him to battle with Rutherford for that spot. I like having competition for every spot. You know, Rutherford earned his spot at number 6. So you know, unless he wants to take on that challenge of opening, you understand, he's there at 6. But it would be nice to have a fit and informed Hetmyer coming down the order, you know, after Rovman Powell. Rutherford struggles to rotate the strike. I rather try Hetty as an opener. Rutherford, in my opinion, can rotate when he wants, you know. I don't know if I trust Hetmyer that much. Hetmyer has been around longer in terms of playing at the international level. You understand? We know that he has I think he got 5 ODI centuries real quick. But I don't know. I don't know if I can trust him. You know, I see Rutherford play some good innings, rotating strike and clearing the boundary. You understand? I mean, opening, you still going to want to rotate the strike, but it's mostly about boundary clearing. One thing I agree with you though that Hetmyer probably is better at rotating the strike, but you know I trust Rutherford more. I trust him more, you know. But yeah, so that's how we are seeing it. But if we're looking at it, they're probably going to go with Shea Hope and Kyle and Johnson Charles. You understand? Yeah. One thing if Hetmyer wants to try and get into the, not even say into the good books, but sort of change his position when it comes on to West Indies, he will probably see if he can flex his weight or flex his muscle, pull his weight, throw his weight around in the CPL. You understand? To see if he can get his franchise to move him up the order. You understand? He did an interview a couple months ago, and he was saying that, listen, the thing is when he goes to franchise, different franchise teams, he's asked to play this role. This is the role that he's asked to play. So you know, it happens that, listen, yeah, I have to just do this. You know, you might want to bat earlier, but when you already have a team that is stuck, has a lot of players, you know, that capable of batting up the top, you're probably not going to get the opportunity to bat that high. You understand? But years ago, there's something that we were all singing that, you know, Hetmyer poor and these guys should be batting majority of our overs. You know, it so happened that he has developed into not even said develop because he always had the ability to clear the boundary, but he leaned mostly towards the side of a finisher. You understand? That is where the money is. That is what they wanted him to do in the IPL. So my thing is let him battle with the other finishers in the team. You understand? Let him battle with the other finishers in the team to get it. But yeah, that is pretty much my thoughts on Hetmyer there. Hetty will be in the 11. Sammy said he was a good sport during the World Cup. I can see Sammy keeping him on the bench, but I agree with you. I want him to earn back that number 6 spot. But there's a problem, Quincy. There's a problem, we can't see Sammy keeping him on the bench, but who is he gonna replace? I mean, it's 3 games, so obviously he can rotate. We want to win the series, but we're looking to put good combination together for future, in terms of World Cup and stuff like that. So he might get a chance in. But as I said, not getting a game in the World Cup and being on the bench, it's your job, it's your duty to be a good sport and chill. You understand? But yeah, I want him to earn back that spot. You understand? Sometimes we try to cut and paste and try to fit people here and there. For years, we have been saying that he has the ability to do that, to bat up the order. Didn't do it. You understand? We were searching for people to bat at 3, 4, and we were like, Hitmai is a man that he can rotate the strike, he can clear the boundary, he can manage his spin. It didn't happen. You understand? We know that franchise cricket is different, and we know that that's where the money is when you're a finisher. So what I would like for him to do is to earn back that spot at number 6, or if we're going to try him as an opener. You understand? As I said, I would love for him to flex his muscle in the CPL and see if he can, get his guys to give him a go. The player that opened for them, Ayub, I think his name is Ayub from Pakistan, the youngster. I doubt he will be in the CPL. The last I heard, Pakistan hadn't given any permission to some of those players to travel to play because of how bad their World Cup went. So yeah, it might be a good chance for him to say, I want to see if I can open, bless up Smith, bless up. What about Shamar Joseph? What about him? What about Shamar Joseph? I don't understand. I don't understand the question. What about him? Haiti and Rutherford are competing for the same spot. Exactly, Ian. It has always been that way. So he needs to earn back that spot. You understand? And now we have the trolls coming in who, trying to get me to let them on. So let's just take care of this little one here. You can go and have a good day. Yeah, man. But that would be the perfect chance for that would be the perfect opportunity. Yeah, that would be the perfect opportunity for Hitmaier to say, yeah, man, I think I want to take on this challenge, but let us see how it goes. Fabian Allen is back as well. What's up? Yeah, Fabian Allen is back in the squad, but my position remained the same. I mean, he played in the Lanka Premier League, I think it was, and he didn't do too badly. He took some wickets, didn't score a lot of runs, but my position remains the same. The other 2 left arm spinners, they're ahead of him. If it was the case that his batting was clicking, then I would have him in, and I would know that he would be batting down the order as a finisher. But if I have those 2 left arm spinners who are probably performing ahead of him in terms of the bowling, I'm not going to put him in and say, well, he's going to bowl 4 and we can use him in the field. Because, we still have to remember that we have Rutherford and Romario Shepherd. Those guys, they're at 6 and 7, to do the power hitting. So if he's going to fit in, I think that, I would want him to get. I would want him to start, get to a level where he's outperforming Hussein and Moti regularly, So that is the way how I'm looking at it. What's your 11? So, all right, for those who came on late, I think I'm going with Johnson Charles, Shea Hope. 3, I have Chase. 4, we have Poor, and 5, 5 we have Ravman Paul. 6, Rutherford. 7, Romario Shepherd. 8. Hussein. 9, I was tossing up between Ford and Moti, but the game being played in Trinidad, I think I will go with Moti. Then we have Shamar Joseph and Obed Mackay. Yeah, the Warriors do need an opener. Yeah, Quincy, I haven't looked back at the squad in a little while, but I think the last I saw was that, he wasn't going to be there. So that might be a chance. I would love that for him. Hetty should captain the test team. Hollande, Hetty should captain the test team. He is the best capable we have in the West Indies. Think, okay, you don't say. Wouldn't you have to be playing test cricket though to be captaining a test team? That's something that I want to ask a lot of. I see people saying that She Hope should be captain in the team. See people saying that Hetty should be captain in the team. Some saying that they poor, and some saying that you know. Let me ask you a question. You don't have to be playing test cricket to captain the team. Are you gonna play T20 and T10 and captain the test team at the same time? How is that gonna work? How is that gonna work? I am probably not sure. We all remember about him being a winning T20, a winning World Cup under 19 captain, and they were grooming him to take over. You understand? But it's not a T20 team we're talking about. We're talking about test. Don't you have to be playing to captain? Can a captain can a test match be going on and you're playing T20 at the same time and you're captaining the thing? How would that work? Wouldn't he need to play some cricket for his country also? Hmm? I don't know. Wouldn't he need to play some red ball cricket for Guyana? I don't know. When we talk to people like this, they say it's because you're not from the same country and you're fighting against them. Not necessarily the guy that just mentioned this, but when we talk like this, people say you're fighting against player, but you can't. We're playing against South Africa. You can stay in the Canada T20 or in the 100 or whatever the T20 league going on and captain the test team same time. You can't do that. He don't want to play test. He doesn't even play first class. Well, when I tell people that, they say it's because I am fighting against him. Why I can't see it that way. Who's your favorite cricket team? Well, I am from Jamaica, and Jamaica is a part of West Indies, so West Indies would be the team. These guys got to play first class cricket before we even mention their names in Test cricket. That's a problem, Quincy. People hear squads being named, and I'm not sure if they're not watching the cricket or they're not paying attention. Sometimes people just listen for when the Test squad, T20 and ODI squad get named. They come out and they say, "How this man don't make this squad? How this man don't make this squad?" And the man probably don't step on a cricket field for probably 2 years. That is just to show that sometimes we're just trying to get our own players, our own people that we like or from that is from our part of the world. So that's the situation there as it relates to Haiti. I shouldn't even be spending too much time talking about that because John Campbell is now free to play cricket. Yes, he is, and I am hoping that he's playing some club cricket. I'm hoping that he's playing club cricket and he will earn his way back into the Jamaica Scorpions team and take it from there. You understand? Let us see how it will go for him. The only thing I have to say where John Campbell is concerned, I think where ODI cricket is concerned, he didn't get a long run in that. I think he was on a good path in terms of ODIs. He definitely needed to do some work to get back in the test team. So the fact that he's now free and able to play, let us see. Not sure if you discussed Charles already, but what rational explanation is there for his inclusion, besides being Sammy's countryman, Windies should be grooming a younger opener. Yeah, we even discussed this on the last live show that we did. And the only thing I can think of is the fact that Brandon King is probably out, still is probably injured. For whatever reason, they are not working with Kyle Mayers. They probably say, all right, let's get another experience opener. I mean, Shea Hope is there. I was thinking, even Alec Artanes would be getting an opportunity to do that, especially seeing that this is just a series that we can use to look at people. But yeah, that's probably the only thing. I was of the opinion that after the World Cup, they probably would look elsewhere. But as they say, they're probably going give him an opportunity in this series to see if he will, keep it going, and then they can decide. They make the decision after. How much can you bench? What do you mean? What do you mean? In the cricket, how much people can be on the bench? I mean, if you have a squad, if you have the squad, you play 11 people, probably three or so other man going up on the bench, you know. I think we have a 14-man squad, if I'm not mistaken. Mm. I think we have a 14-man squad. It has to be that. Must be the cricket. It cannot be weight. It cannot be weights you're talking about. It must be cricket. Spencer says he's going with Hope, Alec, Chase, Pooran, Powell, Rutherford, Shepard, Hussein, Moti, McCoy, Ford, or Shamar. All right. It's not a bad 11. The only difference is that I still have Charles opening. Yeah, I have Charles opening, and Shamar is an out and out pick for me. Yeah, I have Charles playing, and I have Shamar playing. But not bad. I want Campbell in the ODI or T20. And the easiest way for him to do that is when the Super 50 comes around, score some runs for Jamaica. If he gets an opportunity to play T20 cricket for a side, score some runs. It's that easy. At his pace, Campbell may walk back. At this pace, Campbell may walk back in the squad. Hetty needs somebody to talk to him so he can play in the 4-day championship tournament. And that's the thing. People talk. Sometimes I see guys saying that CWI not talking to them enough. CWI not CWI not doing this enough. CWI not people. They're talking to them, man. Then when you hear players going come out and say they just can't find the time, that's just the man them no want to play, man. When you go and hear people say, listen, they cannot find the time to play because they're playing in the different franchise leagues. Then they have to play international T20s and ODIs for West Indies, and then they have to obviously spend time with the family. Man go and say they can't find the time to play. And we're not saying that play all of the 4-day championship, but show that you want to play. But they are just being honest. They don't want to play, so they're not doing what needs to be done to get qualified. It's as simple as that. People look at it as people trying to keep them out, but you play one or two. All right, let me give you a perfect example. When Shea Hope wasn't, it's just recently Shea Hope started get some call up for where T20 cricket is concerned. You see what Shea Hope do? Shea Hope they go play some red ball cricket. I think it's over England. Play some red ball cricket and make some runs, and was on the verge of getting back in the test squad. And he got an opportunity, make runs in the CPL, got a chance in West Indies team, made some runs. And what? Before you look, T20 team start calling again. All of a sudden, people preparing for the World Cup. People need to prepare for the World Cup. People need to do this. People need to do that. So it's just a case, and we understand. People leave one job all the time to go to another job that is paying more. We look at it because we love the game and it's what is entertaining to us. But the reality is, this is what these guys do for a living. And we might say they need to be patriotic, you understand? But at the same time, they are looking at it and they are saying, anything can happen. And if they can go here and secure the bank for themselves and their family, that's what they are going to do. You understand? I assure you that Shea Hope was back on his way back into the test team. And all of a sudden, he starts to score some runs in T20. Tell you, boy. It's not turning down IPL. And that's the thing. We're not asking for people to turn down these things. We're not asking for it. We understand. Even the former players that sometimes come out and behave as if they don't understand. They are being disingenuous because some of these same people that former players that can become mentors, take a little this from CW and say, all right, I'll work with these players, I'll do this. They are not doing it because they know that they can go coach in the IPL for 3 months. They can go commentate in the IPL for 2 months, whatever. Go to the 100, go there. And they just call it as they go along. So you will find that a lot of these former players now, they start getting hired as coaches, mentors, and commentators. So they start to tone it down. First time they used to be outright and just going in at the players. But these are the same guys that, they can be mentors, they can do different things, work with CWI for a stipend, but they're not going to do it because bigger money is out there. So we understand the money thing, we understand that. But what the fans and the fanboys need to understand is if the player is not doing what needs to be done, then you can't just walk in at the team. And the West Indies is not going to just pause and stop because your favorite player is not getting the opportunity to play. You know, work so. If you work for it and you don't get the chance, then we can understand that. You know, people are wanting some West Indies T20 players to play test. Ain't gonna it in going to happen. All right. Where is he? Tired Charles. All right. Greetings are Chris Gayle and Dwayne Bravo had years of test cricket under their belt to transition to ODI and T20. Blackwood, exactly. This is something that we have been saying for years. We have been saying this for years. Why you think Dwayne Bravo was so good in when it comes on to bowling? Man spent years developing all of those skills. The same thing for Malinga. I have always said Dwayne Bravo is arguably the best T20 bowler we have seen. The only man that I will put up there is Lasif Malinga, right? Anywhere, and most of the players that you can look at, they play a good amount of red ball cricket coming up. You understand? I don't know how far back you want to go. If you want to talk about people like Brendan McCullum, people like A.B. de Villiers, you understand? You want to talk about people like, you know, one of the first, what's the guy's name from India? He's not Shuish Raina. All of these guys, you know, they played a lot of red ball cricket coming up. You understand? So it's easier. In the early days of T20, it was a natural progress from Test and ODI to T20 cricket. Once a batsman has good technique, he can add shots to his batting vocabulary. Exactly, DeAndre. Exactly. But the thing is, a lot of T20 leagues out there now. And hold on. Sorry, people. Yeah, so as I was saying, a lot of T20 leagues out there. So what you will find with these players now, they are not worried about batting and batting long. You will find that even in ODIs, even some of the test guys, when they're at the crease and in their backlift and awaiting the bowler, the first thing you notice, if it's a right-handed batsman, the left foot start go to square leg. If it's a right-handed if it's a left-handed batsman, right foot start go to square leg before the bowler even deliver the ball. Why? He's clearing that front foot to swing at the ball, to swipe at the ball, because of the whole T20 and T10 and T5. You understand? Watch it. A lot of these players, even in T20, sometimes they get some balls and you can just play a normal shot and get a. What else do? Before the bowler even start bowl, the left foot, if it's a right-handed batsman, come off of the pitch, clear, ready for swing. You understand? So it's a whole lot of things to it, you know? Let's be realistic. Do anyone see Hetty turning down IPL to play 4-day? Nope, we do not see that happening. We do not see that, Spencer. We do not see that happening. And that's why we're saying if he's not doing the required thing to get in, then you know, let's just understand that I just saw the thing go. You understand? If he wants to play a one game or so, you know, then we can see that this man is really interested, you know. When the IPL is off, another thing, when the IPL, if he play a one game here, one game there, you understand, start do some good work in the ODI. I want to tell, might get a red ball contract overseas that you can play when the IPL is off, and then you can get into the test team without, you know, playing all of the 4-day. Because we're sensible enough to know that a man not going to walk away from the IPL to just play 4-day cricket. That would be very stupid of us to say. But it would also be stupid of us to believe that guys that are out there doing it and thing, just going to get kicked aside for a man that, you know, just want to walk in. You know, works. So playing 4-day is rubbish. Chase played when he was available, scored a century and took 10 wickets. His name ain't even come up in the test talk. But what you have to understand, you know, is you have to, this is something that you do consistently. You know, you have to do it consistently. You understand? You don't just do it one time and thing. I remember Chase is a known player, you know. Is a known red ball player. So obviously, if Chase is performing to a level for a period of time, he's gonna get a look in again. I'm not gonna bash your opinion and say it's rubbish, you know. So my thing is, the players that you believe that should not play, they should just stay away from it. It's fine. You know, it's rubbish. I think that they need to improve it in the sense that you need to be playing 10, 15 games. You understand? It's probably not at the level that you want it. But at the same time, the same cricket that we love needs to be sustained. And the 4-day regional championship is a way to keep it sustained. It's not where we want it to be. But that's what we say. A man a man see it as foolishness, then just stay away and play T20 cricket. It's simple, you know. Are ready to move on from Haiti and guys that are not interested in tests. We guys like Kevin Anderson, Joel Andrews, and James. Think he's saying Jordan Johnson. Let's give these guys a chance. And that's the thing. I like these players also. So what we want to see is for them to continue. I think Kevin Anderson is probably pretty close to getting a look in. What we want these guys to do is, you know, with the other guys occupying the T20 team right now, score runs in the 4-day championship. Even if T20 is what you want, score runs in 4-day championship and your chance will come. You understand? Sports to the bone. Any news of West Indies home tours next year? I think someone asked me this last live. I haven't gotten a chance to look. I just know as far as Bangladesh is next. Chase is rumored to be gearing up for Bangladesh or Pakistan. I haven't seen the rumors, but I wouldn't be surprised. You understand? He's bowling well, and we know that when he's in form, he will bat and bat the spin. You understand? You know, so let us see. Sports to the bone, who can trust West Indies Cricket Board, or players just cannot trust them. And Goodwin, I agree, and I know that. And I have used the Darren Bravo situation several times. You know, even though he had a problem with them in the past, they say, come and play, score runs, and you will get a look in. Right, halfway through Bravo scoring first 2 centuries, he got a call from the chief selector. Then said, "Why? You're looking good. We're interested. Keep working." Right, and then they just leave him out of the red ball team. You understand? So we know that they can't trust them. You will go out there and bat and score runs and bowl and take wickets and think you're going to get in and you don't get in. We understand that. You understand? But that's, you know, you still can't just walk in the team. You can't just decide not to play and walk in. I definitely understand what you're saying. People start bigging up Campbell. Let's see what he does in the 4-day competition. Also, CWI need to schedule their 4 days outside IPL. Yeah, man. Just like other players, we definitely want to see how they will come, how they will work in this upcoming 4-day championship. The reality is in the past you played for your regional team and then country, then county cricket, but the T20. But then T20 happened. I still remember Stanford T20 where it all started. I remember quite well. What was the guy? I think he was Adam Stanford or something like that. Actually, I remember it was Adam Stanford. How much years him? You know, about 100 years him getting a prison. If you know. I remember when it happened, man, and I think I don't remember if it was each player or it was each of the players from the winning team would get $1 million. I don't remember how that part, but I remember when he came in, man. If Shepherd and bowl good in the series, he definitely deserve a drop in. Well, let us see. These guys already set their minds on what they want. Look at poor and known tests and famous in cricket. Exactly. I mean, that's what they want to do, and we cannot fight them. You know, but sometimes when people say that these guys need to walk in, we have to explain to them. They're not poor and say him can't find the time to play. That the man say, man, IPL was never interfering in our 4-day till they started expanding IPL season. And that's the thing, you know. That's the thing. That's where the money is. People just CWI will just have to decide if they can work around it. You understand? But with so many other T20 leagues, even if they plan to work, even if they try to work around it, a lot of these guys going still go to other leagues. Because if they are good enough to get to play in the IPL, more than likely other leagues will want to take them. So if the IPL is not is not being played, they're going to go to the other leagues. I think some of these guys know that they will get exposed in Test cricket. There is enough T20 league around these guys to play Test and still make good money. Yeah, them. I mean, you know, I don't know. Russell said that it's interest. Russell said he has nothing to do with money. Russell said it's interest. No interest is in Test cricket. A lot of interest is not in Test cricket. So, they're playing for the interest. And when I call it bull, people even text me on Instagram and say I don't know anything because Russell play cricket all over the world. So how is Russell saying this and I am saying that? Like if I don't play cricket, that means I don't have common sense. You know, People forget that Test cricket is the highest level. Master that first, then it wouldn't be hard to play T20 and 50 overs, but money first nowadays. Exactly. That's the thing, People are not worried about legacy, and people not worried about you remembering their names when they are gone and all of that. Them sort of days done. Them days are done. You understand? All right. Anyway, as a fast bowler. How did Casey Carty do in your eyes? It didn't do poorly. I'm a Casey Carty fan. I was only disappointed that a couple of times he got started, and he played some shots that I know he could have avoided. But all of that come with experience and batting. Spending time playing 5 or 6 first class games for the year. You understand? You're definitely not going to really get enough time in the middle to really hold a concentration for a period of time. You understand? It didn't do bad. I mean, it didn't do great because the top five, the top five, they didn't do anything to celebrate, to put it that way. But he showed what we already knew, that he has the ability. You understand? He has the temperament. But it's the same problem that we have had with a lot of these players. Shamar Brooks, Casey Carty, Banner. I mean, Banner is. They said they were arresting Banner for the India series. India series come and gone. How long are we still? A lot of guys, come through, show potential, the bat and score a solid 20, a solid 30. But that's the issue. That's the difference between people that playing 50, 60, 70 first class, 80 first class games before they get a test debut. That's the difference between a man who is playing 5 or 15 or 20 first class game before he gets his debut. You understand? I don't know how many of you following the wicketkeeper batsman from England, Jamie Smith. He made his debut against West Indies recently. Batting at number 6 in the place of Ben Stokes. He actually the last time I checked today, he was 70 odd not out. You understand? 70 odd not out. Batting for England. Another 50. And if you look at it, the man plays some first class cricket. I mean, he's probably not the most experienced, but that's the difference. Fast bowler Springer will be in. All right. Gamer saying Shamar Springer will be in. Springer will be in. All right. Yeah, I don't need to type it that many times. I see it, man. Hodge and Anthony is the only test players that respect their wicket. Time to try the academy players and develop them through our test side. What I would like to see is a lot more West Indies A tour. I know it's expensive to organize. I know it's expensive to get teams playing, but that's something that I would like to have these guys playing more of. You understand? A lot of these guys coming through, and it's not like they're dominating first class, cricket when they get an opportunity. But I would love to see them playing some cricket. You understand? People like the Teddy Bishop, the Aki Mogis, people like Anderson, Jordan Johnson, couple of other guys. Good amount of them did the Bush part, Yeah. Most people didn't even know the moments Premier League started. They need to do a better job at marketing. Yeah, they definitely need to. I mean, I did a little video on it today talking about the scorecard from last night, but we know that already. Fast bowler Springer will be in the West Indies team in the future. All right, T20 generates revenue and its business. The only way I see a revival of CWI cricket, CWI has to negotiate with franchise teams. Yep, definitely generating revenues, and that's where people will be going. Where's the next generation of West Indies T20 players? We haven't got no good young T20 players, and CPL ain't creating any. Something that I need to ask. Remember a couple months ago they said that they were going to have a T20 league. I think it was supposed to run before the CPL or while the CPL was going on. They said they were going to have, or probably it's going to start next year. They were going to have a T20 league that they would use to develop youngsters in the region. You understand? That would be mostly for mostly to discover to find undiscovered talent. You understand that is some, we know CPL not going to really create them. You understand? But they said they were going to come up with a T20 league to really find players from the different islands to play and stuff like that. So I guess that is what they are trying to use to find them. A lot of the guys in the academy know that playing red ball cricket, a good amount of them will be branching off to T20 cricket. They just don't get the opportunity yet. But they are going to do that. Or 4-day cricket needs more teams. Why not include USA, Canada, Caymans, Bermuda, etc. The finals will have to contested by local teams like they did some time ago. I don't know if it's interest across. I don't know if it has to do with interest and traveling and stuff like that. But I don't know. Things like these CWI don't discuss. We have been calling for more first class cricket, and they added the West Indies Academy and what's the other team that they added? They added another team. I don't remember. I think they added 2 of them. So that's the only thing they did to try and give us an extra couple of games. But CWI has to find a way to funnel some of the revenue from T20 franchise cricket to the grassroots cricket, primary school cricket, Headley Cup, and senior all need revenue. Well, DeAndre, you have been on you have been supporting my channel long enough to know how passionate I am when it comes on to know how passionate I am when it comes on to CWI and grassroots cricket. You understand? I have said it several times. I coached cricket when I was in Jamaica, and I coached at the primary level. Majority of the guys that play primary school cricket, by the time they lead 6th grade, grade 6, they going into high school. Most of them will go into football, into basketball, even volleyball. You understand? Because and I mean, it's not like this right across the Caribbean, but enough money is not being pumped into to really attract sponsors and stuff like that. So people will gravitate towards what they can get their money's worth from. The amount of money that is pumped into football and track and field. And as I said, I know this first, and this is not me guessing or taking second-hand information. You understand? I know this where track and field is concerned, and I know this where football is concerned there. I was at the school collecting gears to play cricket. You understand? And well, I was supposed to collect gears to play cricket, and nothing. So I know the difference, and it's just tough. I mean, I'm speaking from a Jamaica point of view where that is concerned, but Jamaica back in the days used to produce a lot of cricketers. You understand? So that we can see why it's drying up. When our West Indies getting a new selectors, I don't know. Bravo was not left out the red ball team. It was the ODI. He did score many runs, but international strike rate is too slow for. It was the ODI. I'm trying to remember. Was it the ODI? Didn't he also score some runs in the 4-day championship? But you're okay. So you're saying his international strike rate, his strike rate is too slow for modern ODI. That's why they left him out. So, all right, boss. I hear you. As Desmond Haynes no longer there? Well, he already left. Remember, they said that the coach and captains were the ones picking the team. Bravo then took a break and refused to. Yeah, we remember that he took the break. We remember that he took the break. But we have to remember what caused him to what led to him taking the break. Good night, all. I'm sorry, I just don't care that much about T20. See, Sherwin. Carty should have been in this squad. In which squad? The T20 squad? In the T20 squad? I don't think so. I mean, he made an 80 for Trinidad Night Riders last year. But looking at this squad that we have, we don't need him. Shea Hope is there. Rastan Chase is there. We don't need him in our squad. Based on the role that he would play. We don't need him. Sports to the bone. The squad will be remain for Bangladesh remained or renamed. What are you saying for Bangladesh tour? Carty should have been in the squad. We all have been saying that. If it's a test squad, if it is the test squad, if it is the test squad, then we already know that he should have been in there for a long, long time. Cricket, from a long time. Cricket, West Indies need to do like Alan Stanford, all the different islands to represent themselves in a 2020 tournament, even if it's a trial run. I mean, that would be feeding more into the T20 thing. You understand? I would rather see them. I would rather where's they coming up with another T20 league. You understand? I would rather see them find a way to get another first class another red ball season thing going, another red ball competition. I know that we all want to flex on each other, and things like that, but suppose it was your job interview with CWI. Boy, there was no interview at all. The way how I call it as is, yeah, without being censored. That's one place I couldn't get any work, master. That's one place I couldn't get a job. The way how I call the cricket as I see it, and I am not being censored or hold back certain things. That's one place I wouldn't get a job to work. In the past, players needed international cricket to have a career, but no franchise cricket have made it possible for players to have career independent of international cricket. For example, Narayan. Yep. I mean, some teams still trying to hold firm to it. I remember a couple of years ago, I was reading something over there in India. I don't know if they are still doing it, where if they discover a talent, a man and he's talented, he has to play some first class cricket before he gets a contract over there to play Minnesota white ball cricket like that. I don't know if they still have that rule, but they had that going a few years ago to make sure that the youngsters were playing red ball cricket. Mm-hmm. Bermuda is too small to have a team. All right. Oh, combined campuses and colleges. Yeah, that's the one that I wasn't remembering. CWI needs to so the games. All right. Sports Bond, do you think they should name the trophy for India and West Indies? It could be Lara Tenduka Trophy. I don't really care now. I don't really care for something like that. I mean, we have a lot of I don't know what it's called right now, but we have a lot of legends. They have a lot of legends that they could show in, but it don't really matter to me. With Shamar Joseph, Seals, Hola Moti, and no Warrican, will Azar Joseph get the banner treatment, the banner treatment, and would take Hope back in the team if he decides to come back, and for who? Good questions. Shamar Alzari Joseph, I think he's gonna get back in. I think he's definitely gonna get back in. You understand? I mean, Joseph and Seals, those are the two out and out seamers. Shamar Joseph and Seals that played in that game. So probably we would see Alzari Joseph coming back in. You understand? To be the third one, and then Jason Hola, and then the spinners. Isaiah Thorne is probably not too far from there. They had him in the squad recently, or with the squad. So I'm hoping that he will have a good 4-day championship to force his way in. I'm not retiring Kemar Roach because he still has his worth. But yeah, I think he's gonna get back in, man, once he's rested and stuff like that. I mean, since he started his international career, Joseph, that is, I don't know if there's a more there's anybody more expensive than him in tests, when it comes on to bowlings. But I think they're still going to work with him. The Shea Hope situation, no. Shea Hope is a talented player, and we all know his class. We have been down this road a couple of times, didn't do much scored twin century at Headingley 2017, 2018, somewhere out, out. So we see that. But he has matured, you understand? He has been steady, especially in ODIs. So, he showed some interest. He showed that he's interested in getting back in, when he went and played that played a couple of red ball games. I think he was in England. He showed some interest there. Um, but I would still love to see him playing some more red ball cricket before we say yes. Let's go with him. You understand? Mm-hmm. All right, we have a couple of minutes to wrap up, my people. I have a couple of minutes to wrap up. Gonna see if I can go through some more comments. We need more A-team tours for the cricket. I think the pitches are very poor and don't prepare these guys well. Look at Alec. He played a lot of first-class cricket. I mean, not a lot. He played some cricket, yes. The season before last, he scored a lot of runs, and then I think the last season didn't really score much. Um, he played some. He has some first class cricket under his belt, man. But I wouldn't call it a lot. You're right though, Orlando. You're right though terms of the pitch and stuff like that. You're definitely right. You understand? But even though Ali had got some experience before he came in, it's not a lot. Well, it's 44 first class games, 44 first class games. 2,550 runs, high score of 141, average 33.55. So what we'll find is that with 2 centuries, a lot of these guys coming in, they are probably averaging the same as first class cricket or a little less. So yeah. All right, let me see if I can read a few more comments. Bless evening sports to the bone. Yeah, Thomas, big up, big up, big up. All right, gonna get a couple of more comments and then we are gonna run out of here. Bravo led a boycott of an India tour and that ended his ODI career. Remember, is Darren Bravo we're talking about, Bro, you have to read my post together. Bravo left out of ODI, took a break, and then refused the call up for Australia. Okay, bro. Okay, Clark, I hear you. Will Sheldon Cottrell get back in? I can't remember seeing Cottrell's name in any of the. I don't remember if he's going to be playing in the CPL. I did the squads. I don't remember calling. I don't know. I can remember he played for St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. I don't even remember if he's in that squad. I don't think he's anywhere close to playing for us anymore. All right. We have only 12 likes, 93 viewers. That's what I'm talking about, DeAndre. Going for an entire hour without breaking. You understand? Had over 100 people on at one point in time and only a couple of likes. Like up the live before we go, man. Like up the live. Scoring a 90 or 100 and then basically disappearing for the next few matches can't be reasonably described as following your wicket. Looking at you, Arthanes and Hodge. Yeah, we definitely need these guys to be way more consistent, What is it? Alec can hope to open. All right, unknown. Alec is a very good batsman. However, you need somebody like Brian Lara to help him drive the ball out of the rough. All right, I hear you. I would really like to see Hetty playing an opening role in the CPL too. Too much talent to be batting in the back end of games. We need him to bat. Well, we have been saying this for years now, and we have been saying this for years now. So, the fact that we want to find a way to get him in the team, we will say these things. But let us see. I would love to see him doing that also. You understand? I said this before. I want him to battle for his spot at that number 6 spot with Rutherford. I would trust Rutherford. If we're going to experiment with somebody that's not an established opener, at this level, I would trust Rutherford more. But, that's why I came up with the suggestion. The Pakistan opener Ayub. I don't remember his first name. I think it's Ayub. He scored majority of their runs last season. I doubt he's going to be playing. So I don't know if Hetmyer can flex his weight around and see if he can influence them to give him an opportunity to open in the CPL. You understand? If he does that and he's able to and he's able to perform well, then I would, and perform well not one time, but for a period of time. That's how Kyle Mears got in. Remember, Kyle Mears wasn't opening for us initially. You understand? Played some franchise cricket, played for his country, opened, and then got in. I mean, we did the same thing with Raymond Reefer. A lot of people won't want to remember this, but Raymond Reefer batted for Barbados at 3, scored some runs in the regional championship, and then West Indies gave him a chance there. So that could be the chance for Hitman, But let us see. Let us see. All right. Roblox. What I say? Big up sports to the bone. Love your commentary. All right. Christopher, bless up. Smith is not in the team. Odin Smith? Odin Smith, I don't think he can make the team. I don't think he can make the squad. Coming in West Indies side in a hurry. Yeah, I don't think he can make the squad. The commentators from the test series says the bowler set up our batsmen by bowling 4 outswingers and then 1 in-swinger and many other tactics. Yep. Yes, Sayum Ayub. I am sure I'm butchering the first name, but I think it's Sayum Ayub. I may not be there in the CPA. Rutherford or Hetty should open. Sayum Ayub. He's the one that I'm talking. I read something that Pakistan was deciding not to, the PCB, they were deciding not to give a lot of these guys the go ahead, to go and play. Even their wicket-keeper batsman, Khan, you understand? So it's probably an opportunity, I don't know if they were thinking of it, I don't, they are going to hear it coming from this platform, but if somebody can pass on the message, pass it on, that might be the opportunity. We're going to leave it right here, so for now, my viewers and subscribers. We will definitely touch base again tomorrow before the game. I will upload a video talking about a couple of things. And after the game, we will definitely take a look. I won't be able to do a watch along. The game will start when I am on my way home from work. By the time I get home and settle in,